kind of want to do
Montage.
a montage or like a, what's it called? Like,
Cool.
you know, like Full House type shit in the beginning when they show all the fucking people.
Just have their name.
Yeah, like that. Yeah.
All right, I'll let them know.
Yeah, I'm gonna do that shit. So,
Starring.
yeah, like that.
Yeah, it's Derek and TC as well.
For sure, yeah, I'm gonna do that shit. I'm gonna play this first,
But
and then I'm gonna fucking do that shit. So this is gonna be in the beginning. Anyways,
then that's
see you
20
tomorrow.
minutes.
Peace.
Whatever happened to predictability? The milkman, the paperboy, evening TV. You miss your old familiar friends, but waiting just around the bend. Everywhere you look, there's a heart, a hand to hold on to. Everywhere you look, there's a look of somebody who needs you. When you're lost out there and you're all alone, a life is waiting to carry you home. Everywhere you look, everywhere you look.
What's good, y'all? It is day 0 of AniManga weekend. It is Thursday, August 1st, and I'm on my way to the hotel. Soup is coming this time, so that's great. So it's been like a good month and then some since we did a convention, but this month's pretty exciting because we got 3 conventions in 1 month. It's gonna be quite the experience to do it pretty much back to back to back, which is kind of like, you know, the goal anyways. So this is gonna be a good like trial run before we really kick off next year. I'm trying to do this fasting thing because my birthday is actually on Sunday and today's Thursday, so I'm trying to do this 3-day water fast just to, like, you know, cleanse myself out and like kind of get into this new year of life clean, fresh, and kind of, you know, start anew, if you will. I've done fasting before. From what I remember, like, it's not that crazy. You do hit like these hunger blocks, but you just gotta like keep yourself busy and mentally tell yourself that, like, you know, it's gonna be all right. You get to eat later, and it's not too bad. Just drinking a whole bunch of water right now, and I guess this is the first time I'm documenting it, so I'll keep you updated on like how I feel and stuff like that. Last time I fasted, I wasn't like too active. I was just kind of going to work and coming home type thing. It's gonna be a pretty packed weekend. Thoughts about this show? I'm not really going into it with any type of expectation. The closer that we get to that 1K mark, the better. I'm pretty excited about the 3 new prints that we have. We have the 3 My Hero prints, so we'll see how those do. I'm quite confident that they'll do pretty well. Today, I'm just gonna be checking into the hotel and then gotta go to Daiso, pick up some last minute like small trinkets and stuff like that. We got a couple new stickers, we got the new prints, and yeah.
見上げた夜空の星たちの光古の思いにがいがちだ声色あせろことなく届くきらり瞳に映る誰かの叫び風に思いを月に願いを力ある限り生きてくんだ今日も僕らの思いもいつか誰かの胸に光り続けようあの星のように
Alright, so I just finished setting up. The hotel's really nice. You know, it's very clean, smells nice. It's like a regular hotel. It's not the biggest. This time around, we got Soup, and I think like 2 or 3 of his homies driving down here to LA. So it's gonna be a pretty packed room, but it should be fun nonetheless. Just want to give you guys a little update on my fasting thing. So it's about 5:30, almost 6, and I'm definitely feeling it. So I guess it's like 12 plus 6. It's been 18 hours so far, and I've had waves of hunger, But it's nothing that like, you know, can't handle or anything. But it's definitely there for sure. And another thing that I was thinking about too is like this hotel comes with complimentary breakfast. And if you watch the last vlog, like I'm definitely about the complimentary breakfast. I feel like it's like irresponsible to book a hotel that has complimentary breakfast and not take advantage of it. You know what I mean? Like it's a waste of money type thing, because not all hotels have it. So the fact that you have one, you're probably paying a little bit more for the hotel for the complimentary breakfast, so like not even taking advantage of it. So I don't know how I feel about that. So I may or may not cave depending on how good the breakfast is. Yeah. But I saw that there's a Daiso like a couple minutes away, like 20 minutes away or something like that. They close at 9, so I got some time. Oh, one second. Soup, I think he hit the road like around 2, so he should be here later tonight. In the meantime, I'm just gonna get some work done and try to sleep. I haven't slept a lot. So they say Daiso is like a Japanese dollar store, but I think it's way more of an upgrade. Like everything's really cheap, but it's a lot cleaner, it's a lot more organized, and the music is on point. So, you know, Daiso's where it's at, but it's really, really quiet. So I'm currently at the hotel gym. That's another thing that I want to try to do more often this year, I guess, is be more consistent in working out and just like get in better shape to get ready for like life and stuff. So trying it out, you know, free gym at every hotel, well, almost every hotel. Free gym at the hotel, so, you know, want to take advantage of it as much as I can. Good morning. It is day 1 of AniManga. Apparently, it's at the same exact place as Anime Impulse. Luckily, this time around, I got here super early. Doors don't open until 8:30 for vendors. I got here 8 o'clock. So, unlike last time where I had to walk pretty far, this time around, I'm like right at the front. And luckily, I'll show you around later, but luckily, it's at the first venue that's like right here next to the parking lot, versus Anime Impulse. It was like you parked, even if you were parked in the closest parking lot, you still have to walk like a couple buildings to the actual place. So that's super nice. Nobody's really here yet. I saw a couple of like the car people, they're pulling up right now. And yeah, right now Soup is still at the hotels with his homies. They came to the hotel pretty late and they stayed up till pretty fucking late, so probably won't see them till later. But yeah, so I'm gonna get some B-roll footage while the sun is still like really good. The lighting's really good right now, and yeah. So first impression, there are no numbers on the tables, so I have no idea where I'm at. So I gotta go back, ask her where I'm at, and probably look at a map or something, and figure it out from there. I ran into another artist that had the same problems, and they just turned on the lights. So, you know, it's an alright start. It's only one building. Anime Impulse was 1.5 buildings, so we'll see how that affects everything. The exhibitors hall is really small. I think the artist alley is a lot bigger than the exhibitors hall, and then there's like a huge gap in between. So there's like the exhibitors hall, there's the food and autographs, the games, and then the artist alley, and then the main stage all the way in the back. And that's the order from front to back. Not sure how that's gonna affect traffic and stuff, because I'd imagine, like, if you're not interested in what's going on in the stage, you're kind of just gonna be chilling in the video game area, which is good because the artist alley's right there, but then the exhibitors hall all the way over here. So, I don't know. Just want to show you guys how we organize our stuff in the briefcase. Put everything in alphabetical order. As you can see here, everything fits really snug. This is 11 by 17 briefcase. And this is where we keep the cash. Sorry, this is gonna be a little shaky because I'm fucking walking and running as I'm doing this. Day one was quite uneventful. It's pretty slow. They say that it was more than last year, so that's good. They went from like 80 artist tables to like 120 this year, so almost doubled up on artist tables. And I think they had more vendors too. So I think that's like a note that the con is doing well, but then I also feel like they might be overextending as far as accepting more artists and stuff, because the money gets spread out when you have more vendors and shit. So all in all, like from the people that I was talking to, everybody was kind of doing slow. The only people that were like doing super duper good are like the really big names with proxy sellers and shit. But even them, like compared to their regular shows and their regular numbers, it's relatively slow. Hopefully it picks up today. There was a lot of downtime, but I used my downtime to like talk to other artists, you know what I mean? Get some insight, especially from people that have been doing it longer than me, or like have been kind of on another level of success when it comes to this Artist Alley thing. So that's always really good. I say like, and if there's like background shit going on, it's fucking SpongeBob in the back. You already know what it is. But yeah, I say like you need to find ways to maximize your time when you're at these conventions, because you're gonna have a lot of downtime, especially with these smaller local shows. There's gonna be like a lot of fucking downtime. People come in waves. Yeah, I don't know what it is. Like, I don't know if it's our display or whatever, but just people just wasn't buying. So, but after talking to all those other artists and stuff, it like kind of has my mind warped with ideas and different concepts and things that I can do for the booth. So, you know, that's always good. I had a dude come up that is interested in doing this Artist Alley stuff, and you know, it was cool to like give him advice, especially because since I'm just starting off, I'm like kind of in his shoes, but then just like one level above him, you know. And so I can tell him all the mistakes that I made and shit like that. And I think it's important to like, you know, just give insight and information, right? Like, don't hold that shit to yourself. Because I was talking to another dude and he was saying like, yeah, a lot of artists, they don't really talk about shit like that, you know, because they, I don't know, there's like greed and pride and ego that plays into it. And I don't know, I think it's just stupid. And it's important to share, right? Because it brings more quality to the convention. So all in all, it makes the convention better, right? There's nothing wrong with like doing this Artist Alley thing like as a hobby, you know what I mean? Like, you're not there for profit. You're not there to make a living. Like, some people just kind of go there and break even, and they don't draw what's in demand of the market and shit like that. They kind of just do it for fun and for their own sake, and that's great, you know. But I think like for what we're trying to do, there's definitely a next level of thought and thinking, you know, when it comes to producing a product and selling it to customers. So I would say like, if you're trying to do this Artist Alley thing, you can go one of two routes, and both are okay. You know, you can go the hobby route and just kind of, you know, do you and do what makes you feel good and shit like that. And but I would say like, you can't really expect to hit certain numbers, you know what I mean? Versus if you're trying to go the more profit route, you have to understand that there's going to be some sacrifice required, and you really have to do your research and understand the market on a different level, you know. It's a different discipline. And so you know, the more proficient you get at that, the more successful your booth is gonna be. And in my opinion, the better time you'll have, you know, because if nobody's walking up to your booth and shit and nobody's buying, like for me, it's like it gets super boring. But like when you get a chance to interact with customers and you know, have that transaction, and then have that customer to merchant relationship, like that's where it's at. So just a couple things to think about. Today I'm pretty excited because it is supposed to be better today than it was yesterday, according to like some people that was doing it last year. And Saturday is always better. Like Friday is always a slow day, and Saturday picks up. So we'll see how it goes. Updates on the fasting thing. It's been shit. When did I start? I started Thursday, 12 a.m. Right? So then Friday, 12 a.m. So it's been 24 hours. Shit, how long has it been? Did I start Thursday or Wednesday? Thursday was yesterday, right? No, I started, yeah. So I started Thursday, 12 a.m. Friday, 12 a.m. Today's Saturday. So that's been 48. And then 12, it's 5 o'clock right now. 12. Oh, that's plus 5. 48 plus 5. 48, 49, 50, 51, 52, 53. So it's been 53 hours since I ate anything. Just been drinking water. I drank some tea. I don't think tea breaks your fast, but if it does, oh well, whatever. But I feel like I don't feel hungry anymore. You know, like that hunger is just not there. There's definitely like waves throughout the day where I'm hungry, but you really just have to tell yourself like, nah, it's cool. I can wait till Sunday, you know, or like drink some water, shit like that. I feel a lot more energized, weirdly, you know what I mean? Like, it's fucking 5 in the morning, I'm in the gym. Usually don't do that shit. You know, you make it through the whole day, a whole convention day, and it's not that bad. So, let's see how today is. I was looking through the breakfast, the complimentary breakfast they have here at the hotel. It's alright, you know, it's just like eggs, bacon, waffles, oatmeal, potatoes and shit. Nothing that I really need. So yeah, health is definitely something that can really go sideways, especially when you're like on the road and shit like that. So it's very important. Try to take care of yourself as best you can. I'm on that journey. I can't fucking talk like I'm a professional at it, but yeah, I don't know. But day two should be good. See you at the car. Action. Sometimes I like to come to the con super early, just because I really enjoy watching people set up and stuff and being around this energy, you know, people on their grind and shit. But then I'm also like looking at how people display their things and like what their pricing is and the different products that they have, and just kind of gauging like what's in, what's not in right now, looking at the different levels of art and different types of art, and also just like location and but yeah, definitely a lot of like how they display their things, you know, really paying attention to what catches my eye, even as I'm walking, even if they're not set up, you know, just like the silhouette of it to see if that catches my eye more than another, you know. shit like that, I think it's pretty valuable. You don't have to, you know what I mean? Like, you don't have to get here early and shit. A lot of the times I'm late, but when I do have the opportunity to come early, definitely try to. It's just, you know, it's the calm before the storm type shit, you know what I mean? And you get to really take your time when it comes to setting up your booth and how you want to do it, and make changes that you want to make, especially because it's Saturday. So you kind of take everything that you learned on Friday, and then you apply it to today.
This here.
All right, that's a wrap for day 2. Did a lot better than day 1. We did about double day 1. What you think about day 2, Sue?
More people. More people is always good.
Yeah.
But like one of our Artist Alley friends told us, it's more of a family show than, you know, what is it? What would you call it?
More like,
That's not a family show.
yeah, family oriented versus like our type of
Just
market.
a regular
Yeah.
anime convention, you know, like Fanime and a lot of the bigger ones. Since this is out in LA or like, yeah, I don't think much people knew about it. Like, they had a venue that could have been made for a bigger convention, but I wouldn't say it wasn't well advertised, but it was kind of like that, where I don't think much people knew about it. But yeah, a lot of people came with their family and friends, whatever. They seemed like, a lot of people seemed like they were under 25 at least, you know.
Oh yeah, for sure.
And the older people always had their like kids with them.
Yeah.
This is like one of the first conventions where I've seen a lot of a mom and her son or daughter,
Yeah.
holding their hands like, "Mom, can you buy me this print or that print?" And we did good for what this convention is,
Yeah.
but we could have done better if you know, our prints weren't on the lewd side, you know.
Yeah, yeah. It was one of those, like, it's not like a convention where like people like look forward to going, you know, and then they go for all 3 days because there's always stuff to do. It's one of those conventions where like there's a lot of like single day people.
Yeah.
Yesterday too. It's one of those, like, you know, you're trying to go here for a day and you kind of go for the day. You can really do everything in one day anyways. But it's not like an event, you know, where you plan out your whole weekend just for this convention, you know what I mean? And you know, you pay for a hotel and like you eat around where the convention is at type shit.
Like, this convention, if you look at it, or it does have potential.
Yeah.
Like, you look at it and they'll have all the things that a bigger convention will have. They have voice actors, they have panels,
Free to play games.
That's games, a
super good.
lot
Yeah.
of free games, probably more than Fanime, to be
Yeah,
honest.
more than AX for sure.
And what, karaoke or DJs, whatever, to have food vendors outside. It's just the fact that they're still starting out.
Right. Yeah, I
So
think
it
this is
has
like their second,
a lot
third
of room,
year.
yeah, a lot of room to
Yeah.
grow.
Yeah, but yeah, like you said, they pretty much have everything that a regular convention would have, just on a smaller scale. And I think like once they get to that level where they can like rent out hotel ballrooms and stuff and like have different rooms and different sections and stuff, then it'll be popping. But for now, it's like, yeah, like I said, it's like a weekend type shit, or a single day type shit. And yeah, I mean, but we're definitely gonna hit our average numbers, you know, nothing too crazy, or maybe even more. The My Hero prints, the new My Hero prints, the 2 prints is definitely delivering for sure. That one's been a really big seller. What else has been selling pretty good?
Dev D, so good, like always.
Oh yeah. So there's a car show here too. They have like a bunch of cars with anime stuff on it. So we're getting like that crowd as well coming to our booth. Getting a lot of feedback from them as well. One thing that we're kind of taking advantage of this time around, since we're not like super duper busy, is figuring out what the crowd wants and then like talking to other artists about their experiences as well. So that way we can kind of, you know, have more insight and stuff like that. And also like just sharing, you know, people sharing with us their experience, and also us sharing with other people that's thinking about doing Artist Alley stuff as well. Yeah, so there's a lot of room for growth. Like we're not doing too crazy, but we're not doing bad either. I would say all in all, it's a pretty good show so far. Way better than yesterday. Yesterday was like really, really slow.
Yeah.
Um,
Tomorrow could be just like it was on Friday, or it could be better than today.
yeah. I think it's gonna be. I don't know if it's gonna be better than today, but I think it's gonna be better than
The
Friday,
yeah.
for sure, because you're gonna have last minute people. The people that do have weekend badges are probably gonna buy more on Sunday, and then the people that have just the day Sunday badges, they're gonna buy then as well. Another thing that happened today was there was this lady. She was walking around and she was showing all the artists a picture of a girl that was stealing her merchandise. So I guess like what she does is she like picks up a whole bunch and then puts them back and like pretends like she looks at them and stuff. And while the artist is like occupied or something, then she like puts them in her pocket or some shit. So it was really cool of that vendor to go around and like warn everybody and like show them a picture. They caught the girl later on, right? Yeah, but that's just like if you're planning on doing a show, really like be attentive. There's a lot of downtime, so you're probably gonna be on your phone or you're probably gonna be drawing and shit. But for the most part, you really want to be attentive, not only because it's respect to the customer, but also to keep an eye out on stuff like that, because they were like our neighbors. They have like the way that their display is set up, you can't see them at all, and then a lot of the times they're drawing and they only look up when a customer kind of taps them on the shoulder type shit and gets their attention. But other than that, they don't really know what's going on. So really like keep that in mind when you're doing these things.
We just have a setup where you could maintain your product or see where everything is. With ours, I mean, it's just stickers. Not saying you shouldn't care about that, but then we at least know what's in front of us, or we can see everybody. So some artists like to have those displays where they could hide behind, or you can't really see, and everything's curving around. They can't really see that. Luckily, our neighbor who was selling the charms, they taped everything
Right,
on the back.
Yeah. She still had like loose stickers though. You see those? Yeah. So like shit like that.
Yeah, just make sure you
keep,
see everything.
Yeah, keep those things in mind for sure. Like me personally coming into this, that didn't even cross my mind until I started doing this thing. Like coming into it, I didn't think people stole like that. But it wasn't until I did like my first 2 shows that I started talking to people, and then they started bringing up like, yeah, some people really just like steal shit, especially if it's smaller, easy to conceal, and just like easy to grab, so we tape everything down so that way it's that much harder. And like he was saying, our display, like we can really like see everything. We don't really hide behind our shit, but we know a lot of people that do, which is fine, but you just gotta be careful. We'll see how tomorrow goes. I've been fasting.
No one cares about that.
I've been updating these guys. Yeah, you guys care about this, right? Right. Yeah, and I feel really good. Just been living off of water. I don't really get those hunger waves anymore. I actually didn't get it at all today. So that's pretty crazy. But definitely excited to eat though, not gonna lie. And GL, because there's a lot of like good junk food here. Like they got chili cheese fries, they got fucking ice cream, they got chili cheese dogs.
Okay, they got pinkies in there.
Pinkies. Pinks. Yeah, so it's fucking artery clogging to the max, and I'm ready for that shit tomorrow. And they also have like a couple food trucks and stuff.
They have that shit they dip shit in ice cream or in chocolate.
Oh yeah,
like bananas, the cheesecakes.
Yeah, it's like a fair. Yeah, they have fair food. That's what it is. But it's a good show. Keep you posted about tomorrow. What you want to do tomorrow? Any goals tomorrow?
As in what? How much I want to sell?
How much you want to sell, or like what you're trying to do? What you're trying to check out? He's trying to buy some figures tomorrow.
Well, you have this little, thing I do. Every convention, I would try to buy at least one small figure, nothing too expensive, maybe $30 range. But that's about it. I mean, other than that, you seen one con, you seen them all.
Yeah,
you know?
pretty much. Yeah.
Like nowadays, it's just who's there, who's the special guest, and all that. You're gonna have your vendors that sell the usual shit. Artist alley, the same thing. Depends who's there.
Yeah.
Nowadays is what announcement they have, what special guests they have, and what kind of activities they have.
Yeah.
But dealers hall, artist alley, same thing. Depends who's there. Yeah. And it's usually the same people around California, to be honest.
Yeah, especially these SoCal shows. Like you really see everybody, and that's been a really a high point for me today as well, because since I'm local here, and I've seen like returning customers, and that's always dope. Because not only do they return and say what's up and stuff, they even say like bye, like before they leave, they stop by just to say bye to you. That's really dope. And they always like buy shit,
Yeah.
And a lot of it is like, of course they like what you have, but a lot of it is like for the sake of supporting,
Like what I like about that is when they do see you, I like that they're enthusiastic about it. They're like, hi,
Yeah.
I can see you here, blah blah blah.
Yeah.
But then even if they don't buy anything, I like that they do that.
Yeah.
They just stop by, just haven't seen you, what's up, blah blah
Yeah,
blah.
just say what's up. Yeah. So yeah, and that's what I'm saying, dude. Like it's super important for you to come to these. So next year, hopefully, Soup can fucking go to a lot of them, because it's like that's part of the experience. You know what I mean? And so.
But I mean, I'll try.
Yeah.
Should quit that job. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's the
But,
goal. Slowly but surely.
Yeah, if anything, if we get in all 3 of those shows in January, I'm definitely gonna take that month off.
Yeah.
And just go to these shows.
Yeah. I mean,
ALA, AniManga,
Sac Anime.
Well, probably not take the whole shit off, but definitely gonna take like more than half of that month off.
Yeah, you gotta do what you can, take baby steps, For us, the goal, I mean, at least for me, the goal is to quit my job to do this full time, but slowly transition, ease into that. There's some people that just like straight up quit their 9 to 5 and then do this, with no type of like backup or structure. And I think that there's a lot of power to that, because you kind of are forced to make it work, and then there's a certain drive and motivation that comes with that. I'm not that type of person. I kind of like to have a strategy and like take my time and go at my own pace. But I do see the value in that.
Like with me, it's like, don't get me wrong, I want to quit my job. I do not. I'm not gonna say I don't like it, but then it's like it is kind of stressful at times. I mean, I enjoy my coworkers, well, most of them at least. But it's also the stuff where I do want to do this full time, but that job is just taking most of my daily life and it's nothing huge with that job. It's just typical retail, and I feel like if I do quit that job, I'll have more time, or definitely have more time to push out artwork. It might be not as fast, but then I'll put more hours in that day to finish out artwork, you know?
Exactly. Yeah, so it's like, I would say like if you're just starting off and you have like a regular job, my strategy would be, work your job, and then the hours after your job, like let's say if you get off at 5, so from 5 till like 10, that's a 5-hour window.
Yeah.
You have to work in like this, for the first like however long that takes. It might be a couple months, it might be a couple years, but you really have to work. So instead of having an 8-hour day, you really have an 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. You really have a 13-hour day. But that's so that you can slowly transition out of your 9 to 5, so that way you can have time, more time to do what you actually want to do. You know what I mean? So it's like, if this is your 9 to 5 and this is what you want to do, you kind of want it to go like this. You know what I mean? So your 9 to 5 becomes smaller and smaller and smaller until you just quit and do this full time.
Yeah. Yeah, as of now, that retail job is just, something to fall on, save up extra money so when this time do come when we do quit, I'll still have like my saved up artist money, then I'll have my saved up money from my job too, which is currently like just paying my bills right at the moment.
Yeah.
And I'm slowly just taking money every paycheck, just putting it to the side, and hopefully next year we just could just go on the road and start doing this out the like full time.
Hell yeah.
Like if anything, maybe I'll work 1 or 2 days out the week at that job just to earn a little bit of something. But other than that, yeah, I'm down for doing this artist alley thing as much as possible if we can.
Yeah, that's kind of the goal. But like I said, you gotta like. It depends on the type of person you are, but we're kind of on that easing our way into it type thing. Yeah. But like I said, there's nothing wrong with, completely quitting and doing this full time. Just make sure that you have the resources, make sure you have the investment capital, and make sure you put in a lot of work, because you don't want to just kind of quit your job and then try to figure it out. You kind of want to figure it out, plan for success, have a strategy, and then, do what you do. False alarm. It's just a screening room. It's it's like a screening closet. You gotta work with what they got, I guess. There's not too many like different rooms here. It's pretty much one big ass hall. So I guess it makes sense, right? It's cool that they even have it in the first place. But if you ever wondered what it looks like behind an artist alley, this is what it looks like. Alright, that's a wrap for day 3, final day. We didn't hit our target, but it's whatever. Soup, he made some connections, talked to some people and shit. What'd you think about the show, Soup?
It was fun. It was a fun convention, small convention, but still fun.
Yeah, a lot of what we did today was like networking, see what we can do better for next time.
I mean, it wasn't bad because, like I told Tony before, SAC Anime, we made around the same amount. So we know we improved somewhere where we can make this amount at a small convention.
Oh yeah, we definitely bumped our average up about like $200. So that's good. We would definitely do this shit again next year, unless we get into like Evo or something. But like it's not a bad show. You know what I mean? We didn't hit the target that we would like to hit, but all in all, like it was a solid show. Super easy. Everybody was really nice, and yeah, right now we got the squad helping us out and shit. That's Soupy's people. And Soup got to socialize a lot, so that's good. It's always good to have like the artists at these things because they get to talk about the fandom and like all that shit on another level. Get to talk to other artists about art on another level. And then for me personally, I get to talk to other artists about the business aspects. You know what I mean? Because I feel like how I was explaining to them is like some people kind of do these things as a hobby, and that's fine. You know what I mean? They break even or like they make a little bit of a profit, but to get to that next level, you really have to have a different type of mindset. You know what I mean? To really like try to make a living off of it. And where's your soup?
What's that? Hi.
Yeah. And so yeah, just some things to think about. Like
I'm sorry.
if you're really trying to do it like that, or however way you're trying to do it, you know. But even if you're not trying to do it for profit and you're an artist, I would still highly encourage doing it anyways, because it really like it validates your artwork, you know, makes you feel a little bit better about your shit, right, Soup?
For sure.
Yeah.
If it wasn't doing this, I wouldn't have been drawing right now.
Yeah, exactly. So
You know, I drawn all my life. I took a little break here and there, and like for the longest, I was just drawing like what 1-2 piece every 2 or 3 months.
yeah,
But I started doing this.
That dead bird.
Yeah.
yeah, that's fucking crazy.
Oh.
That's a dead baby bird.
But yeah, after doing this, I started drawing more. I mean, I'm not where I want to be, but I can see myself slowly improving just because I'm consistently drawing. You know,
Yeah, it's a push, right?
it's pretty cool.
Yeah. So yeah, so even if you know you're not trying to get into like the whole crazy business aspect of it, and you just want to do it for fun, like
Just to get better.
Yeah.
Or, you know,
yeah,
sort of
just to
stuff
get better
out.
at your craft and like build a community and shit. Like everybody's super nice, you know what I mean? This is the segment of the show where we ask the casuals what they thought about the show.
It was pretty chill today. I mean, it was different from things like Fanime, but it was still nice. It was more like small and intimate than big and general mass produced.
Yeah. What would you guys think of it?
It's alright. Too many kids.
Yeah. Yeah, there's not much to do, you know what I mean? Like you can do everything in one day, you know?
Yeah.
So I don't think you need a weekend badge unless you're really trying to do something.
Especially with the inconvenient location. You'd have to drive off property, then come back and pay for gas, pay for parking again.
There's no food for miles.
Yeah.
No
Yeah.
food.
Yeah, parking is $12 a day. And I'll put, I forgot how much the tables cost, but I'll put it right here when I get there.
All the
Yeah.
food vendors do take advantage of that too, so the price of the
Yeah,
food is
as-
pretty
as-
It's
expensive.
hella expensive. Yeah.
It's not,
all
they
the
don't
food-
take advantage. They have to spend a certain fee, so they have to bump up their price, you know, to pay
Yeah.
it off.
That makes sense.
And then like they have like the pictures of the food but no prices on
I
them.
learned that from Akamoto Kitchen. Shoutouts.
It's like $20 for some fries.
But yeah, so we're about to wrap up. They about to go home. They got a far drive. Drive safe.
You live out here?
Yeah, I live like an hour away. But yeah, tell us what you think. Like, comment, subscribe.
You already said that. You want to get some bofa?
So what?
Bofa.
What's that?
Bofa these nuts.
Oh my god. Fuck out of here.
He's-
Man.